What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joshua Edwards, live from Brooklyn, New York. This is Panthers Pride Television. Huge shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles taking down the Kansas City Chiefs, stopping ultimately the three-peat, the first NFC champion since, if I'm not mistaken, Tom Brady and them. So just a huge shout out for the Eagles putting on finally for the NFC. And don't forget, the Carolina Panthers took both of these teams to the end of the game, where both of the teams were sweating and biting their nails, but last night ultimately was not close at all. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So everybody now is officially into postseason. Everybody is officially into offseason. Nobody is allowed to play any more football games. Last night was the pinnacle. And you saw throughout this week just some possible trade discussions, possibly guys hitting the free agency, guys also requesting trades, the Myles Garrett's, the etc. And then there's another guy by the name of Deebo Samuel. If you don't know who Deebo Samuel is, he plays for currently the San Francisco 49ers. He is a guy who is a Swiss Army knife, can do it in the running game, can do it in the passing game. This past season, he had 51 receptions, averaged 47.9 yards per game, a career low, 670 yards receiving this season, 4 total touchdowns in 15 games played this season. Now, the thing with Deebo Samuel is, like I said, he's a guy who is a Swiss Army knife. Before they drafted or traded us for Christian McCaffrey, he was their go-to guy. He was an all-pro in his third year in the season, 2019, and then he obviously gets a huge payday following that up. But the thing with Deebo Samuel is there is a situation where we have been connected with them possibly trading for him again. He's from South Carolina, played at the University of South Carolina, just like an Xavier Legette. Like I said, he's a Swiss Army knife. But the thing with Deebo Samuel is he's old. He's about to be 29. He has been injured a lot in his career. Played 15 games. This is a career low last season for Deebo Samuel. He has not had 1,000 yards since his third year in the league, and that was his all-pro season. Even the time when they went to the Super Bowl last year, he did not have 1,000 yards. 2 years before that, when he went to the Super Bowl, didn't have 1,000 yards receiving. So you're looking at a guy who is a big bully on the block. He is physical, brings a lot of physicality and toughness to your offense, but he can't stay healthy. I knew when they had the emergence of Ricky Pearsall towards the end of the season, San Francisco 49ers, I said there's no way Deebo comes back. They got Brandon Ayuk. He's going to be coming back from his surgery. And Deebo Samuel, a lot of the time last year, looked like he cannot get a lot of separation. Looked like he was in a box. Looked like he had a piano on his back when he was running. He changed his number to number 1, and he was not any shades of the best player on his team. I was expecting a lot. I took him on my bets for FanDuel for 1,000 yards, and, I mean, he just ended the season with 670 total receiving yards. Now, I do think wherever he goes, the team is only going to give up a fourth rounder for him. The Carolina Panthers can afford that. At this day and age, with a guy that has a lot of tread on his tires, a guy that is older, a guy that has been injury prone, especially of late, a fourth rounder. Absolutely, the Carolina Panthers should consider trading for Deebo Samuel. You're seeing a lot of guys that are disgruntled. You're going to see a lot more guys, especially after the Super Bowl, looking for paydays, looking to be traded. And teams are going to look to trade these guys before April when the NFL draft commences. Guys are going to look and trade before the NFL scouting combine. We know that that's next month. Like, you're going to see a lot of teams actively seeking trades. Teams will be best advised to trade before the NFL draft, because if you wait, the longer that the San Francisco 49ers wait on Deebo Samuel, the worst offer that they're going to get. So they might as well go ahead, strike now, Yes, I want us to get physical, play bully ball, and he's a guy, if we trade for him, we don't need to draft another running back. We can put Deebo Samuel in the backfield with a Chuba Hubbard. Deebo Samuel in the backfield with Bryce Young. A Deebo Samuel in the backfield until Jonathan Brooks gets healthy. Like, this is a guy, he'll get like a $3 million, 3-year contract, roughly worth about 40, 30 million, etc. But this is a guy that we should heavily consider trading for next season. Now, another possibility. So if you guys know, Myles Garrett has requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are in a situation where they might just go all fire sale. They might sell all of their best players currently speaking. Like, we know that they traded for Jerry Jeudy, but they are so tight when it comes to cap restrictions because of Deshaun Watson. They might sell it all. Myles Garrett is going to get traded this offseason. Denzel Ward is another guy that could possibly get traded this offseason if he requests a trade. So Denzel Ward, a phenomenal corner. He has the capabilities and the talents to be a first-team All-Pro. This past season, 1 tackle for loss, played 16 games. The thing with him is his injuries when it comes to concussions. He's a guy that has had a lot of concussions over his NFL career. 49 total tackles. He has the most pass breakups since he has entered the league. 19 pass breakups this past season and 2 interceptions. He is a guy that is a product of defensive backs when it comes to Ohio, the Ohio State University. Marshawn Lattimore, Denzel Ward. We know they had Jeff Okudah. We know Caleb Downs is coming in, not this draft, but the following draft. Like, he is a product of a guy that can produce and produces at a high clip. I don't see a situation where we wouldn't entertain it too. We could find a way to get him up under our salary cap. If we trade for him, that's going to cover and solidify our back end. When you look at his numbers compared to J.C. Horn, I mean, it's very, very identical. J.C. Horn locks up one side. Denzel Ward locks up the other. He played more games than J.C. Horn. As many concussions as Denzel Ward has had over his career, he's more healthier than J.C. Horn. 19 pass breakups, more interceptions. J.C. Horn is obviously a better tackler because he's more physical, but the Panthers trading for Denzel Ward, the Panthers trading for Deebo Samuel with the draft capital that we have. We got 4 fourth-rounders this year. We have 8 picks within the first 4 rounds. Like, if there's not a package that we could do to trade for said talent that can actually upgrade the weapons at Bryce Young's disposal in a Deebo Samuel, that can upgrade the worst historically defense, especially on the back end in NFL history, allowing 534 total points. I mean, you don't have to draft. It is okay, in my opinion, it is better to trade for somebody that you know is a proven commodity than take your risk in the draft on a guy who is not proven yet. Unless there is a 1,000% chance that you cannot miss on this guy. A Saquon Barkley, a Joe Burrow, a Jamar Chase, a Myles Garrett, a Nick Bosa. Unless it's one of those situations where it is 1,000% chance you cannot miss on it, man, go ahead and trade for the guy. I mean, what the hell? We're in the chance where we could win the NFC South. The NFC South is open. Everybody knows that, and you know that. Now, the Super Bowl. Last night was just a demolition done by the Eagles defense. There was a guy by the name of Milton Williams. If you don't know who Milton Williams, let me put you on him. Now, he was the unsung hero in last night's game. He caused a strip sack on Patrick Mahomes, where I thought damn near Patrick Mahomes was about to rip his arm out of his socket. This past season, he's played 17 total games, 7 tackles for losses, 24 total tackles, 10 QB hits, and 5 total sacks. Now, the thing with Milton Williams, We know D Brown is our bona fide number one defensive tackle. Milton Williams adds another inside rusher presence to our defense that is very, very bad. We knew we couldn't stop the run last year, and he is a guy that has the ability to transform that on the defensive line. He's going to be a guy that's going to hit the free agent market. The Eagles, they're going to have to re-sign Zach Bond. Milton Williams is going to be in free agency. He's not going to require a lot of money. There's a lot of talks and discussions about him going for 3 years, $31 million, 3 years, $43 million. He's 25 years of age. He has been a guy that has played behind Jalen Carter, a guy that has played behind Jordan Davis. He's a guy that has the ability to produce now. So when you look at him compared to Shy Tuttle, we acquired him, and he has been, what the hell? 1 QB hit this past season, played 15 games, 0 tackles for losses, 0 sacks. He literally has no impact from a defensive tackle standpoint. If you pair Milton Williams with the D Brown, don't forget, D Brown, when he was healthy, had the most tackles in NFL history from a defensive tackle. When you pair Milton Williams with Derek Brown, now you're talking about forming a situation where quarterbacks can't step up into the pocket. And then you draft the edge. Y'all, I'm telling you, man, we have the draft capital, and I want to say we also have the cap room to make some moves this offseason. The NFC South is wide open. Guys are going to be looking for trades. The Deebo Samuels of the world, the Myles Garretts of the world, Denzel Ward might be available. And teams are going to be looking to get off of said player before the NFL draft starts. That's just how it works in the National Football League, man. So I look forward to it, man. I really hope that Dan Morgan and Dave Canales are really into a situation where we're looking to win now. Like, we know David Tepper is not a guy that's going to just let us take years and years and years to get wins. No, he wants to win now. So let's go ahead, come up with a formula that is going to incorporate our draft stock and that's going to incorporate the cap room, and let's make the team better, man. Joshua, Panthers Pride, we are out, baby.